Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back, Six Man Blitz. I'm Jay Clinch. The Cavs really just go out there and trade for Rajon Rondo? Who are the Lakers going to replace him? Dwayne Wade? I mean, going to bring back the banana boat? I mean, what's going on here? What are these NBA trades?
It's crazy that Rondo is still in the league and teams are trading for him. Hey, that tells you that veterans' presence in the locker rooms nowadays is very valued. Well, what's up, everybody? I'm Micah. What's up with people Christmas shopping after Christmas? You come to Target and you ask for, let me get the wrapping paper. Let me see where the wrapping paper is. We don't have a Christmas section no more. It's in the back. Go check and see there's clearance. Go grab what you can. But we don't have Christmas options anymore. It's December 30th.
Nah, I do this the day after Halloween, though. You get all the Halloween candy after it's on sale. That's the day after, though. I'm not waiting 5 days after. All these people, I just go get it and leave. People, I don't go up to anybody. Hey, you still got these Halloween candy out? Oh, no, you just got to see what's out there.
I'm not going to ask you that.
I'm not going to ask you because then they'll look at you. What do you mean by
that? I'm going to need you to get out of my stuff.
Like, it's November. We don't celebrate that anymore. But, yeah, I think it's crazy that people are doing that. I never heard of that before, but I think that's very interesting. It's a
very common thing, bro. Like, people do this
it makes sense.
Every year.
It makes sense because they get it way cheaper and they just get it in bulk. And because I saw somebody on Twitter like 5 days before, like they were just going around everywhere trying to find Christmas paper, Christmas wrapping. They couldn't find it anywhere. So
the deals are there though. Hey, if you want to get some cheaper shit, go after Christmas.
Yeah, the day after or 2 days after. You can't go 5 days after. You can't go December 30th. Can't do that. But welcome everybody to Six Man Blitz. We got a great show for you guys today. We lost two great figures in the football community in John Madden and Jeff Dickerson. So we'll talk about them for a little bit. Get into the college football playoffs. So they got two good games, Cincinnati, Alabama, Michigan, and Georgia. So we'll break those both down. Get into Joe Burrow or Justin Herbert. That's a huge debate, especially Burrow's huge performance last week. And when they played each other, I think 2-3 weeks ago, that was a huge debate. So we'll get into that conversation. Who do we rather have for starting the franchise? The Lakers. LeBron has been going on a tangent lately. He's been going crazy. He's been doing things that just nobody does in year 17, and they're still losing. So we're going to go NBA GM. How would we fix the Los Angeles Lakers? So we'll get into that. And then week 17 NFL picks. It's crazy because this isn't even the last week of the NFL season.
Got two more.
Still have two more. So there's no Thursday game, which is a little weird, but bowl season and Michigan State's playing. And so you got some good bowls. Purdue, Tennessee was a down to the wire game. Everyone's texting me, watch this game. So it is crazy. But that's all we got. Make sure to go follow us on social media. Six Man Blitz, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. We've been posting way more on TikTok. We found a way to post clips now, so we'll be more active on there. So make sure to go check us out. Follow us on TikTok and everything. Make sure to subscribe to Six Man Blitz, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, wherever you listen to podcasts. The boys are on there, man. So definitely go subscribe. There's a new thing on Spotify now. 5-star, you can get 5 stars now, and there's a new way to get it and everything. I'm the first person to do 5 stars, so make sure to give us 5-star on Spotify, Apple Podcasts. Spotify, it's free to make an account. Hey, I didn't say nothing. You can
7-day free trial, man. I know all about that.
No, but you can listen free. You just have to listen to ads. But if you listen to podcasts and everything, it's still free. Hey, I'm if you want to cheaper alternative. Hey, I'm not telling you anything how to rate Spotify or anything, but this is what I do. I just go on there free. I listen to stuff on there. I have Apple Music, so if you want a free loophole? Loophole. You want to have that loophole? I got it for you. But you got anything else before we wrap it up?
Let's wrap it up, man.
Hey, let's get into it.
Touchdown Bears! No way!
Fires. Yes! The Bulls lead 87-86.
Hello? You play to win the game.
Let's go to eat a damn snack.
All right, the boys are back. Let's start off with the two huge figures we lost in the football community. First, let's talk about the more global one, the more that I think it hit home to more people. John Madden passing away. One of the greatest coaches of all time, one of the greatest announcers of all time. He has one of the best video games of all time. The list goes on and on, man. It just shows how big of impact John Madden really had on the community.
I really like with like how you have announcers talk about sports, like when in-game announcing, you wouldn't have that if there wasn't John Madden. He really like changed the game for a lot of that, and a lot of credit goes to him. But it's just crazy. I mean, John Madden was kind of old, but still, like those people, you think they live forever,
Right.
that aspect. It's just, yeah, man. The whole world of football just hurt from that.
Really, I saw everybody just repost his picture. It was kind of like the Kobe Bryant thing. I haven't seen someone like that die recently that everybody was posting about it, man. And, and it's crazy because a lot of the young people, I want to count classify as us in that like regard. They just know John Madden because of the video game. They don't really know what he, obviously we've never seen him coach or anything, but I think we've seen like the last few years of his commentary, because I know his last game was the Steelers and the Cardinals. But everything John Madden stood for, man, is just good. And I don't think anybody had a bad thing to say. I think, and if anybody had something bad to say, it was just that Madden 22 sucks or something like that. It had nothing to do with him or anything. They just had to say how bad the video game was.
Like he's making the video.
I'm like, he's not back there just, all right, man. So this is how the person cuts in the video. Like he's not chopping up the game. But I think because one thing that he did in his his commentary, he always used to draw on the board and just do like stupid stuff in the game, and everyone's always showing back. And he had a big jug, and there's 3 jugs on a sideline. He was just breaking down why there's 3 jugs on a sideline, just stupid stuff like that. He used to do that. Just everybody just loved John Madden for.
Nah, yeah, it's definitely crazy to see because like he low-key won me a lot of games in Madden. He low-key won me a lot of games. Like credit to him, But like it's just crazy to see, like you said, this like a figure like this pass away. It's just
it's crazy. It's really, and then like earlier there was 2 that's on the same day, and the other one had to be Jeff Dickerson. Got to wear that Bears hoodie for him. He's a beat reporter for the Bears for so long. He was a producer and on-air host for ESPN 1000, and just hearing everyone's story about him and just what he stood for, and he was just one of these funny guys, and he never made anything about himself. And I think this is really cool to see everybody rally behind him. He's about to have $1 million in the Parker Fund for GoFundMe. His son, Parker's 11, and he lost both his parents to cancer. I think that's insane to think about, man. That's honestly insane.
No, yeah, and like because he lost both of his parents to cancer. It's definitely like
since COVID too.
Definitely like nobody needs it as much as him, but like Anthony Rizzo, these kind of names like of people that played in Chicago coming back, like the Cubs kind of did him dirty, but he still came back.
Yeah, Andy Dalton too. He's only played for less than a year. He donated $10K. I mean, you see guys like Jim Irsay, $25K. I don't think he's ever met him before. All the Eagles owners, and it's crazy to see obvious shirts. They came out with a shirt for him, and
no, yeah, his impact is definitely like felt.
No, yeah, and I think the Bears community was lucky to have him too. I think Matt Nagy said something about it. Every Bears person has came out, and I think Andy Dalton donating $10K. I think that's special. I think that shows something because he's been a year. He's on the team less than a year.
Shit, yeah, he's gonna need that $10K. He's gonna need that.
No, yeah, but these 2 were like definitely huge in the football community. You can see that with like the way everyone's rallying behind them. I think that's insane. Let's leeway now into the college football playoff. Okay. Let's start off with the first game everyone's talking about. The first game that's gonna happen. I think this game's a little early too. It's like 2:30 or 3:30.
Yeah, 2:30. That's really early.
That's never happened before, right?
I mean, think about it though. This is like usually the time Alabama plays though. 2:30. That's usually the time they play a lot. Like Bama, like on the regular schedule.
Because we watched that Georgia, what was it? The Georgia-Oklahoma game. No way it started at 2:30. There's no way.
That game was later, I think.
But
I feel like they have a feeling of which game's going to be the closer game, and they put that game later on, and the game they have earlier. It's usually like 5 though. Like the game they usually play is like 5 at least.
Yeah, but
I was saying
2:30 and 6:30. I think they could have done, 4 and 8. I think that's way better.
They're trying to let people celebrate.
I didn't think about that, I guess.
Yeah, because people gonna be at the club and stuff. Then you gotta give some time. Let me watch the game while I'm getting ready.
The thing about the West Coast people though, this starts at 12:30 for them, and it starts for 12:30 and 4:30. They get the later game at 4:30.
Damn, that is crazy. I didn't think about that.
All right, aside from the scheduling thing, Alabama, Cincinnati. Just take it away.
Now, I think people are making out this game. Bama's going to run away with this game. But look at it. Cincinnati has so much to prove with this game. I think they're going to come out with their best game plan that they've ever had for any team because they've never played a team like Alabama. Besides last year, they played Georgia. But, this is Bama. This is college football. If you want to prove yourself in college football, this is a game to do it. So I think they're going to come out swinging with their best. They're going to give Bama their best. I think this game is going to be closer than people think. And I think with quarterback Desmond Ridner, he has so much to prove too. People forget, Cincinnati's running back went to Bama too. Maybe he's got a little chip on his shoulder.
Definitely.
And Cincinnati's defense is one of the best defenses in college football right now. Jameson Williams is another injury that's going to pay big in this game. I don't know, man. Am I going to pick Cincinnati?
Are you?
I don't know. Hey, since the Bears, giving me no reason to be delusional, might be delusional tomorrow for Cincinnati, man.
I think everybody's rooting for Cincinnati, though. People are rooting for Cincinnati, but they know Bama's going to win. That's the difference, though. And I want both games to be close. I want both games to be good, but if you look at every college football playoff so far, there's one good game, there's one blowout. It happens every year. I don't think there's been a single year with two good games. And if you look at both games, Georgia and Michigan look like to be the closer one. So I think this has to be the blowout here. And if you give Nick Saban a month to prepare for anybody, I don't think it's going to be good. And if you give Alabama a month to prepare for a G5 school, I think Bama's going to run away with this one. I don't think it's going to be close. And Cincinnati has the DBs for Alabama. I think that's the best DB core they're going to play all year. But Bama can run it down people's throats. And with Bryce Young.
Yeah, has Cincinnati's DBs even played receivers like Bama though? And the talent level at Bama is like NFL talent. How many times do they play that in their conference? You know what I'm saying?
Right, and everyone's talking about Sauce Gardner. He never allowed a touchdown in college, which is huge. But he's never played someone like Jameson Williams. And now Kobe Bryant. He's the DB on Cincinnati. If you're confused a little bit, but
Kobe Bryant,
Kobe Bryant, and he won the best DB award for college football, but he's wearing number 8, so that might be that's something to keep an eye out for.
Hey, that is something to keep an eye out for. Now, who are you picking this game? So you're going solid with Bama then?
I'm going Bama. I don't think this would be close.
Now, what are you saying the score is going to be like? What are you thinking?
I'm thinking 42-17.
Dang. I'm at least give them 20. I think they get to 20.
What's the score, though?
Bama's defense isn't like they used to. I don't think Bama's defense has been playing that level they usually play, but looking at the two teams that are playing in this game, they might have a field day. I could see them having a field day. But I also could see Cincinnati playing very well. I'm gonna go a 2-possession game at worst.
Okay.
So I'm saying like 42-28. That's what I'm thinking.
42-28. Okay, I can see that. That's close in my range, but apparently not for you. But all right, let's go Michigan, Georgia, and let's hear what you guys say.
Nah, I'm really torn on this game. I think I'm rooting for both teams, because nobody wants Bama to win. But Michigan coming in this year, beating Ohio State, I want them to keep that thing going. Go blue,
Go blue.
But I like their defense. Their defense plays well. Aiden Hutchinson. I'm not even gonna try to butcher the other dude's name. He's a baller.
Yeah. Both defensive ends are good.
I'm hearing that they're probably gonna have a corner that's not gonna play. You've been hearing that?
Yeah, I've been hearing that too. Yeah.
But and then Blake Corum, his ankle's healthy, so I think him and Haskins.
Yep.
But Georgia's defense is solid though. So,
But Michigan has a good offensive line, though. They're one of the best in the country.
That could play a factor, but it's really going to come down to Georgia's quarterback play in this game.
Yep. Stetson Bennett.
I think that's who's gonna. That's gonna where it comes down to, because are they going to be able to score with this high level of Michigan offense, or are they? Because even though their defense is amazing, you got to score some points.
Right. All right. For me, I think it's obvious. Let me take this hoodie off real quick though. I'm going with the Michigan Wolverines. Hey, you see the outfit? I got the khakis on. I got the Denard Robinson jersey on. Got it back when I was in 4th grade, so no judge. But I'm going with the Michigan Wolverines. I don't even think this is a close game. Michigan is gonna run it down Georgia's throat. Georgia's not gonna know what to do. And Kirby Smart is gonna Kirby Smart like he's done all his career at Georgia.
It's gonna be a close game.
No, Michigan's gonna put it on the throat. Kirby Smart. He's not a
bold take.
Kirby Smart's not a good coach. Every year he puts his worst quarterback out there. He started Jake Fromm over Justin Fields. Now he's gonna start Stetson Bennett over JT Daniels. No way Stetson Bennett's gonna win this game. And I have Michigan by a lot. Hey, go blue, baby, go blue.
Now, when you say by a lot, what do you mean by that? Like, give me a score.
21 points. Michigan's gonna win by at least 3 touchdowns.
21 points.
Michigan is gonna put it down on Georgia. Georgia's not ready for this. Georgia has not seen a team like they saw a team like this last week. They didn't know what to do. So Georgia, this isn't Mizzou anymore. This isn't Vanderbilt. This isn't Kentucky. This isn't Clemson. I'll even say Clemson. This is the Michigan Wolverines, man. They're gonna put it on their throat.
Takes, man.
Somebody had to say it.
Now, when you say Kirby Smart, Kirby Smart's. Can't we say the same thing about Harbaugh when he plays Urban Meyer or these other coaches that are a top tier?
He's not playing Mel Tucker or Urban Meyer now.
Mel Tucker, that's my guy.
Hey, you seen what happened to Ryan Day, though? You seen what happened?
Yeah, Ryan Day got a little cocky.
He said he'd go put 100 on him. He barely even put up 21. So I think that's very interesting. This Michigan team, they had the big bodies up front. Shout out my dog Ty Isaac. We rooting for Michigan, man. But I don't know about 21 points. I think I was just talking crazy, but I think this is going to be a good game. I think it's going to be the closer games out of the two. But Michigan's run game, I think, is going to separate everything. Because Georgia's front seven is one of the best in the country. But what happened when they played Bama? They got exposed. And Michigan had – very tired. So if Michigan keep that high tempo, they got the 2 running backs, like you said earlier. And I think this is just – if Michigan in the championship is what nobody expected before the year. And I think this is going to happen.
I mean, because think about it, like we get hyped about these Big Ten teams coming to the playoff, and then they shit the bed. So This could possibly be a team that we could see compete for actual legit playoff championship this year. I'm gonna say I'm gonna agree with you, not the 21 points, but I'm gonna say Michigan can get the win this.
Love to see Michigan. Love to see it, man.
I don't trust them.
Cade McNamara is better than Stetson Bennett. I think that's obvious. I think that's going to be a huge thing.
Who said J.J. McCarthy is better than Stetson Bennett?
I think that's obvious, though, but J.J.'s not playing. So roll with the guys on the team, and that's Cade McNamara. And I'm excited for this game, man. I'm excited for that 6:30 kickoff. If you're not excited, I'm excited, but I might be wearing this. I might be wearing this Kids Tyler shirt, youth large. It still fits me somehow. I don't know how, but let's go blue, baby. Go blue.
I want out of this game. I want a Georgia-Oklahoma kind of game.
Dude, I want that. Any game.
I want this game to be that game.
Here's a question I have. How many games have been like that in the playoff where you remember the first round of the playoff?
Not the first round. But think about it, Deshaun Watson, when they finally beat Bama, that was a good
right.
game.
But the first round, how many memorable games have there been? I can remember the Zeke run against Alabama. That was a good game.
That game was good, yeah.
That game was good. The Georgia Alabama or the Georgia Oklahoma game. But that's the thing about the playoff, and that's why I think they should expand, because there's not a lot of memorable games in round one. So that's like I said earlier, half of them are blowouts. You can't have that. That's why I think there needs to be more, because there needs to be more memorable games for sure.
Now, like, how would they set that up though? Just like all New Year's Eve, like all the games would be lined up in that day.
If they do the 12 teams, the first 4 get a bye. They have it like a few days after Christmas, so like December 27th. Maybe you get the games like I don't know how that will work, but there's 12 teams. First four get a bye. The schedule doesn't have to be up to me. Anybody can do it, but I think it's very interesting. I think this would be way better because there's not a lot of games that we remember in the college football playoff. Like that first year that was insane. Because all right, I take that back. First year was insane because Zeke had the run and Jameis had that that crazy that wind up everyone remembers, and he got smoked against Oregon, and that game was crazy. But no one remembers both the games though. And like last year, what were both the games? Ohio State blowing out Clemson, and who did Bama play last year? Oklahoma. No one remembers that game.
That one though, the year before Ohio State played Clemson when they got like bogus call. I think
that game was good, but you don't remember the other game though. Because it was LSU blowing out Oklahoma.
Dude, that game was terrible. I was at work when that game was playing.
Exactly. I don't remember watching it either, but I think this is good. We both got Michigan and Alabama, but we both could see a SEC championship rematch. But if Cincinnati wins, that'd be insane. That would
Cincinnati. That would be my dream.
I think that'd be everyone's Midwest dream. Michigan, Cincinnati. That'd be. ESPN does not want that though. They're like the views.
We'd have to bring LJ on to interview him about that, on his feelings about Bama shit in the bed.
we would have to, man. But let's veer away from college football real quick. Let's get into the Joe Burrow, Justin Herbert take. This is a huge argument that's going on right now. Okay. I think that's right now, like our football team, that's the biggest one in the locker room. Who would you rather have moving forward, Herbert or Burrow? And let's just ask you real quick. Moving forward, if you're going to do a redraft, who are you taking for the next 5 years, Joe Burrow or Justin Herbert?
I'm going to take Joe Burrow. It's just something about, like, the player, you're definitely getting that talent. But then if you want a leader, I feel like Joe Burrow is the better leader. I feel like, and that confidence, that cockiness he brings you, that's something as a franchise you can brand. You could do a lot of things with that. You can do some endorsements. It's like more than just like the talent on the field, I think, with that.
Yeah, I think Burrow is a way better. I think not way better. I think Burrow is top 5 for sure. And I think he's really showing that. I think he's better than Herbert. Joe Burrow's got that dog mentality, man. Not a lot of people have it. He's got that chip on his shoulder. He's a first overall pick, so not really, he's not like some of these other guys that have a real chip on their shoulder, but he's got that underdog mentality. And the crazy thing about it, he's been sacked the most times in the league, and he's still one of these best quarterbacks out there. It doesn't make sense at all, but Joe Burrow, they're going to win the AFC North. Who would have thought that before the year, that the Bengals were going to – Nobody was going to think that. And
we thought 7 wins, though. Hey, give us credit for that.
Yeah, we thought 7 wins for sure. But nobody thought that Joe Burrow was going to do this. He's been sacked the most times. And the thing about Joe Burrow that I like, he's got to have 3 receivers over 1,000 yards for sure. And that shows something, the Burrow, because he doesn't have a number one option. He finds the open guy. To have 3 1,000-yard receivers, that we thought the Cowboys were going to do that. We thought, the Bucs were going to do that. And it's the Cincinnati Bengals. I mean, nobody thought for a year like the Bengals had the best receiving core, and they've shown that game in, game out.
Think about it, though. Is T. Higgins, Jamar Chase, are these 1,000-yard receivers on any other team? Do you think they, like, with another quarterback, maybe Jamar Chase? Yeah,
maybe Jamar Chase. I'm definitely not Tyler Boyd, though.
Nah.
I'm not trying to shit on my boy either.
That's boy, huh?
Nah, I'm just saying. I'm not trying to shit on him or anything, but it's a great receiver. But if he was on
Burrow, I think he's making these receivers better.
Right.
Dude, he's like, he throws the long ball touchdowns. He has 16 touchdowns. I think the next one is like 11 or like it's like 5 less. It's something crazy that he's just doing something that other quarterbacks aren't. Love to see it.
Now Herbert has more yards than Burrow, but because they have to rely on him more. Austin Eckler was out a few games, but Joe Burrow is listening to the Texans. I think that's obvious.
Now, who has a better weapon? So you think?
I think the Bengals do because of Joe Mixon. Joe Mixon is better than Eckler, and Jamar. I think Keenan Allen is the best receiver out of those 4.
Mike Williams I think he's a good receiver too.
Mike Williams is a good receiver, but I'm saying out of the 3 Bengals receivers, Keenan Allen is better. Don't get me wrong, but Mike Williams, I think T. Higgins is better than Mike Williams.
But I do think the Chargers, when they have fully healthy, I think they have the better talent and they have the better offensive line.
Way better offensive line. Way better. I think no one's trying to argue that. And
I think with the Mixon Eckler thing, Eckler He could like some years he has like 800 yards receiving, 800 yards rushing. I think he's a more
he's a do it all back,
everyday back, down back kind of thing.
No, yeah, but I think Burrow. I think a lot of people argue this take, but we both have Burrow in this take. But this is an interesting argument though, because in that draft class, he obviously should have been taken before Tua.
Yeah.
But in that draft class, who would you rather have, Jalen Hurts or Tua?
I like Jalen Hurts.
I like Jalen Hurts too.
I would take Jalen Hurts.
A lot of people are still taking Tua, and I like Jalen Hurts. If you put Jalen Hurts on the Dolphins, man, they don't lose those first 7 games. They don't lose 7 in a row. They lose some of the games, obviously, but they are way better than Tua. Tua doesn't win games. His defense wins games, and his Devontae Parker wins games, and Mike Gesicki wins games. Jalen Hurts can do so much more than Tua, man. And it's crazy because Tua took his spot at Bama.
And if you give the Dolphins have I think the Eagles defense is decent this year, but Tua has started more games too. Tua is playing with more, he has more film out there for him, but I think Jalen Hurts, his rushing attack, he just brings more to the quarterback.
He brings more to the table.
And Tua is injury prone as fuck.
Injury prone.
I think, but Jalen Hurts, man, give him his respect. Give
us flowers, man. Give us flowers.
If you have him on
fantasy,
you know how good he is.
Dude, he's a better quarterback than Russell Wilson this year, fantasy. I mean, it's insane. It's insane. He's been balling. But let's go over to Bob the Builder. We'll call that the segment of the day. Los Angeles Lakers. How would you fix this team?
Now with the Lakers, I think you got to get rid of Russ.
You got to. This isn't even a question.
Well, what are you trying to get back with it? Because
a shooter. You need some shooters. You don't care about picks. You're trying to win now. You need some big men off the bench. You need to, because off the bench you got a lot of good guards, but who's backing up all these guys? The big man off the bench.
No big man. You got to get him. Hey, Miles Turner, man, he's out there. The Pacers are trying to get rid of him. That's a guy to look out for.
Sabonis, maybe? He's on the market.
Nah, but that would be who would play the 5 then? AD or Sabonis? What you thinking on that?
I think AD would have to, but I think they're interchangeable though. I don't think someone is because no one's really a dominant big man out of those two.
Yeah, you don't know they don't have to be a real 5.
Right.
But with this, I think you got to get rid of Russell. Got to add shooting. Got to get the better big man depth. There's guys out there. Some of these 10-day contracts, maybe you can find somebody in that.
Yeah, maybe you need the Miami Heat, man. Talk about them. Talk about their shooting. Talk about how they just find someone out the blue. That's insane.
Oh, yeah. It is. Hey, Gary Vincent, and then you got Max Strauss. Those two guys.
Hey, shout out Stagg, man. Shout out Stagg.
They were just in the G League.
Exactly. And then you got Duncan Robinson and Tyler Hero and Jimmy Butler. So if the Lakers could get something like what the Heat have in shooting depth, Lakers are the best team in the league. What do you
think about Frank Vogel too? Do you have to make a move on him? I mean, I've been
hearing
some people say try to get rid of Frank Vogel.
It's not his fault though that Russ Westbrook can't play in the last 2 minutes of the game. It's not his fault that the Lakers have a 17-point lead and Russ is 0 for 4 with 5 turnovers in the fourth quarter. That's not Vogel's fault. He keeps Westbrook. He's one of the best players in the first 3 quarters, and then it comes to the fourth quarter, he blows everything. That's not Vogel's fault. I don't think Vogel has anything to do with this.
No, I think
because you can't not play Westbrook.
No, I think you could get some. I think a team that's trending toward a rebuild. You put them on a Pistons or something. Get them out of there. Jeremy Grant is Jeremy Grant. Maybe you could get something like that back. Yeah,
you definitely need some. You need some shooters. What about Buddy Hield? I mean, what about some guys like that?
It would be hard though, if you're trying to get rid of Russ for Buddy Hield though, because they got so many point guards on the Kings.
Yeah, but you can do something like that, maybe a 3-team deal, but definitely not a Ben Simmons trade. That's the same player with defense. You need shooters though, and that it's been proven you need shooters, and that's not going to happen with Ben
and this
Simmons.
Western Conference is not getting any easier. That's the thing.
Bro, I was looking at that today, and with Isaiah Thomas going to the Mavericks. No, I'm just kidding. But I'm just kidding about that. But this Western Conference, I mean, Warriors looking insane, and Suns are right behind them. You got Utah playing great. Oh, that's my team. Shout out Utah. If you're wondering.
Okay.
Memphis, they beat them. Memphis keeps beating the Lakers. The Memphis are undefeated against the Lakers all year. John Morant's coming back. Nuggets, you got a reigning MVP. The Clippers, PG-13 has been playing great this year. And then the play-in tournament, Lakers, Dallas, Minnesota, Spurs. The first 6 teams are looking great this year, but when you get outside those first 6 teams, it's kind of like,
Whenever you talk about the Timberwolves, that's when you go.
Yeah, exactly. And you see Karl Anthony Towns, what he said the other day?
Nah, dude, like that like him talking about Russ, like he has no room to talk about Russ.
No. And he said he's one of the best big man shooters of all time. Like how? He said, like, you're saying you're better than Dirk Nowitzki? There's no way he's better than Dirk.
Shit, I could even say Embiid is a better 3-point shooter than Karl Anthony Towns.
Easily. And Karl Anthony Towns doesn't play a lot, so it's not like he's out there every day dropping 30 points.
And Karl Anthony Towns is acting like he's been in the playoffs recently.
He's never been in the playoffs.
He's talking mad shit. Like one time he was in the playoffs was with Jimmy Butler, and we know what Jimmy Butler had to say about Karl Anthony Towns.
Exactly.
So I think you can't. I think if you're in the NBA talking shit about another player, I think you got to have your shit together. I think you got to be.
You got to back it up.
Steph Curry, you got to be like one of Kevin Durant. I think those people could.
Got to be able to back it up for sure.
On the court too, maybe.
Yep. But you got to add some shooters. You got to add some depth, big man depth. But you got to get rid of Westbrook. I think that's option number one. You cannot win this championship for the Lakers with Russell Westbrook. It's obvious.
JaVale McGee, man, that's the guy that got away.
Yeah,
even DeMarcus Cousins, if they could have picked him up,
DeMarcus Cousins the third?
Gideon?
Yeah, he's funny, man. I've been watching some of his videos. But let's get into NFL Week 17 picks. I think it's a good time to do that. Let's start off Giants, Bears.
You know who I'm taking? Justin Fields, if he plays in this game.
Yeah, who do you think's going to play? Who do you think's going to play? Like, realistically.
I wouldn't be mad to see Nick Foles step out there.
I wouldn't be mad to see him either, but if we see a Mike Lennon, Andy Dalton game, I'm going to be pissed.
Nah, I'm not watching it.
I'm going to be pissed.
Nah, yeah. I mean, I think, like, with this game, I think they need to keep putting the young guys out there. I don't know why Larry Brohm is not starting over German Ifedi, whatever his name is. Or Tevin Jenkins is going to probably play this game. Daz Newsome, you saw his little return he had?
Yeah, he was looking good.
That's Zach Pearson's guy.
that actually is Pearson's guy because Pearson is a big UNC guy.
But, keep those young guys out there. I think the Giants, I don't think they have a chance in this game, honestly.
No, I don't think so either.
It doesn't matter who's that quarterback.
No, I don't think so either. I'm not really sold on the Giants this year. No one really is. What do they have?
They have good receivers, but they got the long neck guy. Mike Glennon. It might be a Mike Glennon revenge game now that I think about it.
It could be. But is it though, really? Like, is it though?
I mean, what does he have to be mad about? He got a bag. The Bears
he did get a bag. And when they show his neck and the teams he's been on, and then I was like, damn. The Bears gave him the most money. But yeah, I think the Bears here are, I think, the obvious choice, but if we lose to the Giants, man, it's gonna be bad. It's gonna be a bad way to end things.
He's getting fired right after the game.
He has to. Like, there's like no way he doesn't get fired.
Shit, some dudes on the team might lose their job too.
Yeah, rightfully so, respectfully so. Falcons, Bills. If the Falcons get into the playoffs, I'm gonna be pissed, man. They're right on the edge. They're right on the bubble. If they get in, I'm gonna be pissed. I'm just saying that now.
Yeah, I will not watch that game. It will be a blowout, whoever they play.
Easily.
I think with this game, I think this is a game that the Bills can continue going with that momentum they had against the Patriots. I can see them doing what they did to teams earlier in the season, 40-point blowout kind of game. I think that's what we're going to see in this game.
No, yeah, for sure. I think, especially at Bills, I think that's going to be a huge thing.
It's going to be cold, too.
It's going to be cold. Some of Matt Ryan's last few games, I think it's going to be right here. I think it's going to be in Buffalo. But, yeah the Bills are going to run away with this one. I think so. Let's go to the game of the week, I think, and it's not even close. Chiefs Bengals. We were talking about Joe Burrow a little earlier. Could we see him do it again?
Hey, honestly, the Bengals don't have to win this game.
No.
It's who they play the next week. I think it's either Cleveland or Pittsburgh.
I think it's in Cleveland.
All right. So they play Cleveland next week. So they really don't have to win this game. But
they did lose to the Browns. They did lose to the Browns early in the year.
Yeah. And the Browns are 7-8 right now. They play Pittsburgh this week.
Right.
For the Pittsburgh fans, I think the Browns are going to win it. We can get into that pick later.
What you got for Chiefs Bengals though?
I got the Chiefs in this game. I think they're hot right at the right time, but this game's going to be close. The Bengals, they're going to surprise some people in this game. Tyler Boyd's going to have a big day.
He's got to get over 1,000 yards. He's definitely going to be. Joe Burrow's definitely going to be eyeing that, but I like this Bengals team, but I'm not sure how they stack up against the Chiefs. How's their defense stack up against the Chiefs' offense? Because I know what their offense can do, but how can their defense stop Patrick Mahomes and Tyreek Hill?
And Travis Kelce's back too. There's a lot of matchups that you got to eye in this game.
So I think I like the Chiefs in this one just because so much firepower they have.
It's a safer pick too.
I think it's safer. I think the Bengals at home is interesting, but I think I got to go with the Chiefs here. You got the Chiefs too?
Yeah.
All right, let's go to the Dolphins-Titans. I think this is an interesting game for playoff discussion.
Now, I want the Dolphins to win this game, and I think they're going to win this game. The Titans have Julio Jones. Well, new COVID rules are different now, so people can come back and play Sunday. But I like the Dolphins in this game. I like that. It's hard to beat a team that's won 7 games in a row.
Yep.
All right. The same team that lost 7 games in a row, it just won 7 games in a row. I think this Dolphins team is cooking with grease, man.
Right.
Their defense is hot at the right time.
Defense is one of the best in the league right now. He saved his job. He saved his job.
The Titans team without Derrick Henry, that run game might not be as effective as it's been in the couple weeks. I like the Dolphins in this one. I think they can get after Tannehill in this game. Dolphins big. I
like the Dolphins. I'm not sure about big, but I think I like their defense to get after Ryan Tannehill. AJ Brown he's looked good last week, but Julio Jones, you can't have when your watching number 2 isn't there. It's hard to win games consistently, and I like this Dolphins team just because how hot they are, man. And Tua has been playing good enough to win games, and if he keeps playing good, then you know what I'm saying.
Do you think he's won him another year at quarterback, though?
Yeah, for sure. Unless they get Deshaun Watson. But if they don't get someone like Deshaun Watson, he's staying another year for sure. Because who are they gonna get?
Nobody in this draft class.
Nobody. So definitely Tua is fine. But Raiders Colts. I think this might be my upset here.
You're gonna pick the Raiders?
I think I'm gonna pick the Raiders here.
With how the Colts have been looking?
Colts have been looking good, but this Raiders team. I think they had the right system to beat the Colts. Everyone's sleeping on Derek Carr, man. Derek Carr is 3rd in the NFL in passing yards, man. People don't realize how good Derek Carr is. The most slept-down quarterback in the NFL. He's proved it week in, week, and he's doing it without his wide receiver number 1, Henry Ruggs. So he's been doing it with Hunter Renfrow and Zay Jones, and he's been doing it without his head coach and offensive play caller, John Gruden.
Darren Waller hasn't been playing either. Derek Carr has led this team to be a sleeper team, a team that can make the playoffs, honestly. And I like the Raiders team. They can do good, big things in Week 17 and upset the Colts. I think, with how the Colts have been looking lately, it's not going to be enough for the Raiders to win this game.
Yeah, Colts have been looking good recently.
Parrish Campbell might even come back, and they said he was out for the season. He was at practice today, coming back from a foot injury. Looking at Carson Wentz is playing like MVP Carson Wentz that 1 year.
But he might not play, though. Sam Ehlinger might play.
What? Sam Ehlinger.
We're back.
That's your guy. I need to pick up Blake Bortles and let him play the game.
Saints might play Blake Bortles, actually.
I think Colts big in this game. Big as in 2-possession game, 2 touchdowns.
Okay. And if Carson Wentz doesn't play, it's huge.
It's huge. Jonathan Taylor still enough. think it's a big get past this Raiders team. I think.
I'm with you. I do like. I'm not with you, but I know what you're saying. Jonathan Taylor, Jaguars, Patriots. Patriots favored by 16 points. That's a lot.
I'm not gonna watch this game.
Nobody is, but
rookie quarterback against Bill Belichick never goes well.
Mac Jones undefeated against rookie quarterbacks. Never forget that stat. But Bucks, Jets. Bucks favored by 14 points.
Now with the 14. This Jets team. Look, they've been playing decently in recent weeks.
They have, but they played against nobody.
And the Bucks are down a lot of people in this game, but it doesn't matter.
No,
they could have
Tom
me
terrific
on their offense, but it doesn't matter. They're gonna still beat the Jets.
You know, Tom Brady doesn't lose to the Jets.
What's his record against the Jets? It's got to be something.
It's insane, honestly. I'll look it up. But yeah, it's he never loses to the Jets.
Aaron Rodgers saying that shit. It doesn't compare to what's his name, talking about the Jets, Jets, Dolphins, and Bills combined.
Yeah, I think the Dolphins is probably the highest one, or I don't know. It can be any because he's played so long.
But that one game, Gronkowski missed a tackle. Oh, that was a big Dolphin.
Yeah. So he's 29-7 against the Jets, 80% win rate. So not as high as we thought.
Still very high.
That's still very high. But Tom Brady, can't go wrong with that. Can't go wrong with the Patriots in the other game either. Now this is an interesting game. Eagles football team.
I like the Eagles in this game.
I do too, and it's crazy because the Eagles are in playoff range.
If they win this, they clinch, don't they?
I don't know about clinch. I haven't looked at the clinch yet, but
I think they have to have the Falcons and the Saints lose the game.
Okay,
but they just beat the Saints, so I think it will just come down to the Falcons losing the game.
It's looking like they're gonna be the 7th seed.
Jalen Hurts, who would have thought the Eagles in the playoffs?
Yeah, he's like that one meme. Look at us. The off hot ones. Look at us.
Now I like this Eagles team a lot. I think Miles Sanders. He's gonna come back from his hand injury. Yeah. But Jordan Howard, Boston Scott, there's so many depth at running back. Yeah. They're the best running team in the NFL, I think.
Especially with Jalen Hurts being able to run too. Yep.
The receiver Dallas Goedert, he's one of the top tight ends in the league.
Devontae Smith's been playing better.
Defensively too. I said they were decent, but let me gas them up a little. They're really good on the defensive end. Yep. Darius Slay is doing his thing. Hey, the D tackle they got, what's his name? Javon Hargrave, 7.5 sacks. The team is pretty good.
Yeah, I like the Eagles here. Not much to say about the football team. We saw them get a Bears Sunday Night Football against the Cowboys, and it's hard to pick a team that they're fighting each other on the sidelines. And that fight, he could have socked him. He missed on purpose. He had to miss on purpose. There's no way you're that close and miss like that.
Yeah, that was a bad miss too.
that was a Cody Parkey miss right there.
Who do you think would have like actually won in that fight though? Jonathan Allen, of course, right?
I think John Allen because he had the first punch.
And then feel bad for the guy breaking up that fight.
Yeah,
get in between it.
He's breaking up 2 defensive linemen. I mean, that's like two fat kids fighting over the last slice of pizza. It's not going well. It's not around. It's not your category.
Be in that fight.
Exactly. You got to be in that fight. But not much to say about this football team. I think the Eagles are going to be very good here. So it's another good game that could happen depending on the quarterback play. Rams, Ravens.
This is a must-win for the Ravens. But the Rams have been playing very well lately.
They have been, but Matthew Stafford has not been playing well.
And what is Lamar Jackson still undefeated against NFC teams?
This year?
Yeah, because he didn't play in the games like the Packers game. He didn't play the Bears game. He didn't play that they won still, but like he's still undefeated against NFC teams.
Interesting.
And if he plays in this game, I think this Ravens team is going to be a little better. Either way, Tyler Huntley, if he goes out there, that's still
dude. I need Tyler Huntley to play so he can get on a team next year. I think that's a good option for like the Washington football team. Pittsburgh, some teams that Broncos need a quarterback. Panthers that they can trade for Tyler Huntley.
He's looking really good, and I think he needs more film out there. Sadly, he might not get it though.
Yeah, I think Lamar Jackson's going to play, and I got the Rams here. But if Stafford doesn't play good and Lamar is out there, this Ravens team is going to make it a close game.
And you look at that, like the AFC playoff race, got the Chargers, the Raiders, the Ravens. It's heating up. There's so many teams that can get in there. I don't know the scenarios yet, but looking at like anybody can be in there.
Yeah. No, yeah, definitely. There's a lot of teams that could be in there. And the next game right there, Broncos Chargers. Two teams that are right in there. Broncos are looking out. Not sure if they're going to do it, but this game is very important for both teams.
I think Drew Lock starting.
Yeah.
They're not going to win this game.
No. There's no way
the performance they had last week, that was a must win. For them to have any chance at the playoffs, they needed to win that game. Yeah,
they definitely needed to. And this Chargers team, I think they're very good, very explosive. But the Broncos defense is right there, very good. So it's, big on big. Both teams very good at the strengths match each other well. You get what I'm trying to say. But I like this Chargers team because it's at home. I think that's a very huge indicator.
This Broncos team is just sad to see this.
It's inconsistent.
Just a quarterback away. Like the running game they have, defense they have, the receivers they have, offensive line is pretty decent. Just a quarterback away. It's sad.
Right. Very sad. Let's get into the next game. 49ers, Texans.
I like the 49ers in this one big.
Yeah, I do too.
Mills has been cooking though.
Mills Mafia has been.
That guy. Is he your guy yet?
Nah, I'm not.
Still not your guy?
Nah, nobody's my guy. You know it's my guy. But Davis Mills, I can't claim somebody on the Texans. Unless it's Deshaun Watson.
He's been hooping though. He deserves somebody to claim.
What do you think Deshaun Watson's doing nowadays? What is he doing?
Hopefully not getting massages.
Hey yo.
Hopefully he's retired.
Oh yeah, hopefully he's got just one that he's fine with. I don't know, but both got the 49ers here, huge favorites. Now the next game, Cardinals Cowboys.
I like this game.
I like the Cowboys.
But then again, it's a big game, an important game for the Cardinals to win. You know what usually happens when that happens. Cardinals not going to win this game, I don't think. I think the Cowboys win this game. Defense alone prows them to win this game.
And everybody's talking about the new nickname of the Dallas defense, 7-11, because of Diggs and Parsons. So
it's clever.
It's a very clever nickname. At least Diggs' nickname isn't 9. So they got 7-11, and this Cardinals team is not good. Cardinals are going to find a team that match their speed. Cowboys play really fast on defense, and Cardinals play really fast on offense, but without D-Hop, AJ Green doesn't look good. Doesn't look good at all. So when you have AJ Green as your number one receiver, things aren't going to go good. So I got the Cowboys in this one.
AJ Green at your number one receiver, things aren't going to go good.
No,
can't argue with that.
It's true. I mean, you can't argue against that. Let's go to Panthers Saints. The CDC has changed their rules with COVID protocol to 5 days, and a lot of people are saying that's because Ian Book. Some people saw Ian Book play football, and they were like, 10 days. I don't know about 10 days anymore. We gotta change. We gotta do something. We can't have Ian Book go out there and play quarterback once again. So Panthers, Saints. I mean, who's gonna be playing quarterback for the Saints? It's gonna be Blake Bortles, Taysom Hill. Who's even gonna be there?
Who's gonna watch this game?
I don't know. People might watch it because it's a 3:00 game, so maybe. But I mean, just quick. I don't know. Panthers. I mean, Saints. I mean, who's their pick?
I don't even know who's gonna win.
They're saying Sam Darnold for the Panthers.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, Sam
I guess.
Starting this game.
Exactly. I guess. I mean, right?
I don't know why that was news.
No, yeah, everyone's saying breaking news. Is that really breaking news?
I mean, Cam Newton's been playing awful.
Yeah. So
let's just throw another awful quarterback in.
Yeah. So I don't know. Panthers, I guess.
Saints in this one because Saints defense alone, I think they get the.
How about I flip a coin? All right. Heads is gonna be the Panthers. Saints are gonna be the tails. Hey Surrey, flip a coin. She picked tails, so I'm going with the Saints here. Can't even see that, but she picked tails. I would never lie about Surrey. Let's go Lions Seahawks at Seahawks. Lions here? I think I like the Lions here.
I'm going with the Seahawks in this game. No way the Seahawks lose to the Bears and the Lions.
I mean, is it like is it unrealistic though? Is it really that crazy though?
Not really. With the Lions being as competitive as they are,
Very competitive, way competitive than the Seahawks.
for no reason.
No reason at all. But I like the Lions here. I'll stick by it.
It's an interesting pick, but I'm not going to do it.
Sunday Night Football, Vikings, Packers. Got to go Packers here. No way I'm picking the Vikings.
No. With Thielen out for the rest of the season, give me the Packers.
All right, let's go Browns, Steelers. And I actually like the Steelers in this one. I normally don't pick the Steelers, but they're saying this is Big Ben's last home game. So I gotta go Steelers in this one. This dude's dying over here, but gotta go Steelers in this one. Last time you can't even say it right. I'm the con. Still can't say it right after a whole week. But definitely going Steelers in this one. If this is really Big Ben's last game as Steelers at home, then I can't pick against it.
I like the Browns in this game only because the Browns they can't end the season this way. They gotta get a win.
Who knows?
So I like the Browns in this. Nick Chubb defense. I think the Browns are the better team in this game too.
Interesting. But they're very interesting. Let's go to closing remarks. That's all we got. Let's wrap this thing up. What you got for closing remarks, man?
Mario Chalmers is back in the NBA for the Miami Heat.
Mario Chalmers
contract. After all that stuff about him being terrible, he's back on the Heat, and I think maybe this 10-day contract might revamp his career.
Is it though? Man, still old as hell. My closing remark: Devin Hester is going to be eligible for the Pro Football Hall of Fame. He's got to get in there, man. Everyone's looking at him as a receiver. Nah, you got to look at him as a kick returner, punt returner.
You can't get in as a receiver.
You can't get in as a receiver. He's obviously the best returner ever, so get him in there as a first ballot. No one's ever done what he's done. No one's ever going to do what he's doing because they're moving up the kickoff. They're punting higher in the air. They don't want people to catch it, so he's best to ever do it. Best ever do it.
The best in the nation.
Best in the nation, but that's all we got for you guys. Hopefully you have a happy new year and good New Year's resolution for 2022. It's gonna be a big year over here at Six Man Blitz as we do it big every year. So have a whole year under our belt. And it's interesting because we only interviewed people had been in 2020 or 2021. So that's an interesting thing. Finally,
we did start later in the year though.
No, yeah, we started in November, but we only interviewed people in 2021. So I think that's very interesting. So the new year, new guest, new us, same Six Man Blitz. But make sure to go follow us on social media, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok at Six Man Blitz. Like I said, we're more active on Instagram and TikTok now. I posted some clips and everything. And definitely going to post that Michigan clip I had earlier. I think that's very funny. We got to post it before the playoff, though. So definitely doing that. Follow us, subscribe to us, Six Man Blitz, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube. Give us 5 stars on Apple Music and Spotify, and subscribe to us on YouTube. Give us a thumbs up, and yeah. You got anything else before we wrap it up?
Let's wrap it up.
Have fun on New Year's Eve, and go blue, maybe.